So 2 million views on my humble YouTube channel, which is just amazing. A million's a really big number. And depending on when you watch this, we either are just about to hit 2 million or we just hit 2 million. And of course, there's a whole bunch more, probably almost as many on Facebook. So it's crazy because this channel started so humbly with me just doing an iPhone video at the beach one day when I was inspired. And here we are at 2 million views just on the YouTube channel. Just to be clear, that's a sum total of all the videos on my YouTube channel. I've been doing one a week now for, I don't know, 4.5 years or something like that. So to put it in perspective, there's a lot of YouTubers that get 2 million views in the first 8 hours when they release a video. So it's not that astounding, but it's still pretty amazing. It's done incredible things for my business. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about what I learned in the second million, because I actually, 18 months ago, I shot a video on the first million views and the lessons learned. So I've got 4 things for you here, and they're all sort of interrelated. And the number one thing is I've actually gotten more concise. My videos used to be 6 to 8 minutes, and now most of the time they're like 3 to 6 minutes. We've just gotten tighter. And I think what it was is in the beginning, when I went back, even when I looked back at the video where I did on the first million views, which is ironic, but I look at that video and I'm like, well, that was about 7 minutes and it didn't need to be 7 minutes. In fact, it was a 2-parter, and I think they were each 7 minutes. I'm not sure it needed to be. And I think when I started out, I would shoot a video and I would make a point, and then often I would go down different rabbit holes, wander off and make different points. And I think that was tied to a little bit of, I'm not going to say anxiety, but a little bit of not knowing how to end a video and figuring out how to, like, I just felt like, here's another idea, I'll throw this one in, another idea, I'll throw this one in. And it took me a while to get more comfortable with just getting in, making the point, getting out, and closing, and knowing how to close your video. Like I always end my videos in the same way. I say, let's go get them this week. Or usually I ask for comments and then I say, let's go get them this week. And when I'm shooting a video, all I know is if I get to that point where I'm ready to be done, then I just say, let's go get them this week. So this is something I know a lot of people struggle with. So if you're shooting videos, focus on how you end your videos and get comfortable with ending those videos. And I think your entire videos will start to shrink when you do that. And they'll be a lot less uncomfortable. A lot of times people just start rambling and rambling and rambling, repeating themselves at the end, which I know I used to. So just figure out how to end your videos. The next one is it's okay to repeat topics. You know, I have a few themes that I keep on coming back to in these videos. I know when I started out, I was like, how am I ever going to do a weekly video for even like 6 months, much less 1 year? And here we are 4.5 years later or something like that, coming up on 5 years, I think. And I'm still doing it, but one of them is I repeat topics because I'll have different takes on different topics. And going back to that concise one, instead of going down those various rabbit holes on one video, well, each one of those rabbit holes could be its own video. So don't be afraid to be more concise, to take those things you wanted to jam in there and make a separate video on those. Don't be afraid to repeat topics. Another one is I've gotten a lot more comfortable with using my travel to shoot videos. So I used to, I've got my son shooting these videos. He does an amazing job, but I've also gotten comfortable taking gear along with me, and it might just be my phone. I also have a Canon G7X that sometimes I take. I also have a Canon 80D that I sometimes take with me when I travel. And I think it's added a lot to the channel that I let people see, because frankly, I've got this pretty amazing life and I get to go to amazing places. So I know, like, in the last year, I shot video in Bora Bora, in Paris, in Necker Island, on the lake, in my family retreat in Michigan, and on the Grand Canyon. And I think that it lets people inside my life a little bit more. But part of that is me becoming more comfortable with those videos not being perfect. Sometimes I'm doing it with a selfie stick and I'm holding it, or I'm using a Gorilla Pod on top of a table that's stacked on top of a bunch of books just to try to get it to the right height. I got more comfortable with less perfection, and I let people into my life. And oh, by the way, it's easier to produce videos because now I don't have to worry about you know, oh, we got to get way ahead on videos because I'm about to do some traveling. And finally, the fourth one, and this is an interesting one, because I recently did this exercise called unique, oh, there goes my, my computer's went off. That's going to blow all the light. There we go. Don't worry about it. Okay, I'm not supposed to worry about it. That's a professional cameraman. So I did this, I've done this before. It's this exercise called unique ability. And I first learned about it from Dan Sullivan. And the first time I did it was about 10 years ago. And I just ended up having, basically doing this again for a long story, but doing this exercise again. And this is where you ask your friends, your colleagues, family members, clients, what is your unique ability? And this is sort of just an exercise in knowing yourself. And one of my very, very best friends, basically, it's a cool exercise because you ask people to write what your unique ability is, what the thing you are really great at. And so you send them an email and then you get all these emails back from people telling you how great you are. So it's a fun exercise to do. And so I'm right in the middle of doing that. And I had a very, very dear friend of mine, one of my very, very best friends, Mac. And he actually worked with me for several years. So he's seen behind the scenes in the business, but he's also, we play together a lot. We go skiing all the time. We've been down the river together many times. And one of the things that Mac wrote was about me, and this is going to sound like I'm bragging, but I'm going to have a point here, is that Jeff is down to earth and authentic. The Jeff that shows up on stage in front of 1,000 people at his events is the same Jeff that shows up on a river rafting trip with friends or at the neighborhood party. So I think that's what's built my channel. And I think that's what people are looking for in this world. There are so many people with so much flash these days and so polished, and they know how to spin their words just perfectly. And maybe they attract clients, but the way they keep clients or the way you keep viewers, I think in this world, is by being authentic. And so I just try to be authentically Jeff. Now, I want to be clear, there's a lot of people that don't connect with Jeff. And that's fine, because I don't need the world to connect with me, but I need a certain group of people to connect with me. And I think the reason they do is that it's just me. I'm comfortable with who I am, and that's what I share on camera. I think authenticity wins, and it's the way to build a tribe. It's the way to build a following. It's the way to build a YouTube channel. So that's what I've learned in my 2nd million views. Please do me a favor, scroll down, give me some kind of reaction, leave a comment for me, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever, but just give me some reaction, and let's go get them this week.